All right, guys, we got a story to tell you that happened just a minute ago. I know there's two sides to every story. Bought a brand new Freightliner from me, and he got his dumpsters from you. And he has bought that truck back in October, and he has yet to use that truck, and because of the dumpster situation. So I was calling to see if there's anything that can be done to resolve this situation.
Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah.
And I think it's a story that's worth sharing with the people that follow our channel, and hopefully it's something that you guys can learn. So it's going to take some coffee, possibly some popcorn to get through this video and talk about what we're going to talk about, but we're going to just sit here and have a conversation with something that actually just happened to one of our customers. So last night I was on one of the Facebook groups looking at trucks, hook lift trucks that were for sale. And I seen one of our trucks that we had just built and sold to a customer on the East Coast. And it had no miles on it. Obviously, it's never been used. And I cannot figure out, why is this customer selling this new truck? And so I called him first thing this morning and I said, why are you selling this truck? Jake, it's one of your customers. You've talked to this guy. Tell us a little bit. You were there in my office. We had the guy on speakerphone and he told us his story. Could you go into a little bit of a detail what happened and what all led to this? I mean, he bought this truck back in October.
Right.
This is January.
Yeah, so this customer, we worked with him, a great guy, and he was all gung-ho to get into a brand new hook lift truck and get dumpsters and get started in hauling trash. And he got the truck back in October, put his dumpster order in with a local dumpster company, and he's been waiting on his dumpsters ever since. So he's got the truck, and he's had it since October, just sitting there, not being able to make any money with the truck,
right,
because he's been waiting on his dumpster manufacturers. This is one of the things that we wanted to bring up, just the whole process of buying the truck, start to finish with quality truck. You can go off and do other things, work with your own dumpster manufacturers, but we just want to elaborate on the do's and don'ts when it comes to getting the package, getting started, and starting to haul trash. So we want to break that down, some of the troubles he has and how you can avoid some of these situations.
So tell us a little bit about the customer's experience with his dumpster builder. Fill us in a little bit what happened there. He bought the truck. He went with his own financing company.
Yep.
The finance company financed the truck and his dumpster package complete. And then he went out to his own dumpster company and ordered the dumpsters. Tell us a little bit. We're not going to disclose who the dumpster company is here. We're not here to tear anybody apart or make anybody look bad. We've all made mistakes, but we just want to bring some awareness to our audience. So tell us a little bit about his experience and what went wrong and the process they went through to try to make it right.
Once he got the truck from us, he put his dumpster order in, like I said, with a local manufacturer, and he had nothing but issues. So he ordered them specific to the truck. It was a Freightliner M2 with the SL214. So it's set up to do 36 and 54-inch containers. 14 to 16 would be the average lengths that you're going to run on that.
Yes.
And once he got the dumpsters delivered to him, every single aspect was completely wrong. The hook heights range from 53 to
51 to 57-inch hook height.
So there's an industry standard there. Typically it's 36, 54, and 62 is the industry standard.
Yes.
So for a dumpster manufacturer to get that totally wrong is just crazy to me.
And I believe he said every single dumpster had a different measurement. So like there was no two that were even the same.
There was no standard one bit about it. It was all different. So he had nothing but problems. So he had an issue where he put the container on the truck and the hook jumped the jib. And he was in nothing but problems. He had to hire a company to come and get the container off the truck. So he's out another couple $100 there to get someone to come and rig and get the dumpster off the truck. Going back and forth with the dumpster company, they're saying that everything's right, and he's saying this is obviously wrong. Sending them pictures and trying to get some type of a resolution, and this dumpster company would not work with him one bit. And he did finance those through an outside financing company that we do not work with. So they paid the dumpster company, and once the dumpster company got their money, they kind of put him on the back burner, is what I'm starting to think.
But what I understood, Jake, from that customer was he financed the truck and the dumpsters through one finance company, and the finance company sent the dumpster manufacturer the whole amount before they were ever built.
Right.
And so immediately their lead times never got hit. He didn't get his dumpsters when he was promised. The dumpster company had all the money. Why would they hurry up? You know, he didn't get his dumpsters when they were promised. He got them, they were wrong, couldn't use them. And as I recall, they finally came out after back and forth, around and around. They came out, picked the dumpsters up, took them back to the factory, and they're still there today.
Yep, and he went back for a second time, I believe, and he went to put them on the truck, and it was still incorrect.
Yeah, he drove his truck down there.
So he's out fuel and labor to get the truck down there to try to make sure the containers were right, and yet again, they're still wrong. So this customer has had the truck for 3-4 months now, and containers twice delivered wrong, and he's been not making a single dollar with the truck for 4 months. And now he's looking to get out of the truck.
Yeah, he'd like to just sell the truck off because he's been making payments ever since October.
I believe $5,500
That's what he said. It was $5,500 a month. And now he found out that there's an early payoff on the loan.
Yeah, so things he didn't look into with the finance company, he went with his outside financing. He didn't come through Quality Truck, where all of our lenders are vested. We've done many deals with them, so we know the terms and the what to look out for as far as the financing packages that are offered through our lenders. So there's a hidden fee associated with his lending that he has to pay a prepayment penalty, so he's going to be out additional money on the truck if he gets out of it.
That's right. So he's worried about that. He hasn't sold the truck, but he's like, even if I sell the truck, I'm going to take a beating on it because it's a used truck now, but I also have to pay a penalty to the finance company.
Yeah, double.
And he's asked to get his money back from the from the dumpster manufacturer, and the dumpster manufacturer said that if they give his money back, it would go back to the finance company. It wouldn't even go to the customer. Right. And so, you know, he was hoping to get the money back, and then he could turn around and go buy dumpsters from somewhere else.
So he's really in a rock and a hard place.
He is.
You know, the finance company has this portion of money. The dumpster company is saying that they won't refund the money. So he's just utterly stuck. And now he's looking for a way out.
Yes. And so from October till January, he has had nothing but payments. And there's still no resolution to the situation that he's aware of.
Right.
So the point of this video is here, you know, we don't care where you finance your truck. We don't even care where you buy your dumpsters. There's a lot of options out there. But what we are here to tell you is we have worked with a lot of different lenders and dumpster companies, and we've really learned which ones are good.
Yeah.
And going with the cheapest one is not always the best option.
Right. I mean, you could save some money in freight going with one dumpster manufacturer that may be closer to you, but in the end of the day, I mean, you could have run into a situation like our customer had here because you wanted to save $1,500 on freight.
That's right. And I asked the customer, I said, why did you go with this dumpster manufacturer? Was there a reason you went with them? Did you have a previous experience? And he said, no. He said, when I went with the finance company said, if you get your dumpsters, you got to get them from here. And he said, I come to find out these two guys are buddies.
Yep.
So they're back and forth. And now the finance company is not working at all to try to resolve the issue, and neither is the dumpster company. So it's just about the perfect storm of everything going wrong that you could imagine. And we have some solutions to that. And let's talk a little bit about the solutions that we have here.
I mean, we've been working with customers, you know, packaging dumpsters, financing, and making sure from start to finish that you're going to get the products that you set out to originally get, and they come in a timely manner. Whether that be you call in and order a truck, and the truck is, you know, 2 weeks to a month out. Typically, the dumpsters are going to be 4 to 6 weeks out if you're going to be getting, you know, custom dumpsters fit to your truck. And when the finance company pays us for the full amount, before we even put the order in, we send the dumpster company the amount of money to start the build. So
yes,
their timelines are going to be met from start to finish.
Because we don't pay for the dumpsters in full before they're built to the dumpster company. Yep. They get their money when the dumpsters are done.
Correct.
So they're going to work really hard to meet their deadline and build them correctly so that they get paid, customer gets his dumpsters, and that we keep referring our customers to them to get their dumpsters.
With the amount of trucks that we put out and sell to customers across the country, you know, we have a big influx and a big influence on the dumpster companies, right?
Yes.
So they're going to want to help us to keep getting sales from our sales. And they're going to want to please us so that the customer ultimately is pleased at the end of the day as well.
That's right. So there is a couple dumpster companies that we highly recommend. And the reason we recommend those guys is because they build a very good dumpster. We've had very few mistakes with the dumpsters they've built. They use a really good paint. The paint holds up, stays nice and shiny for a long time, and they offer delivery. So what we've discovered is if you order a semi-load of tub-style dumpsters, and it doesn't hardly matter where you, the customer, are located, that cost per dumpster to ship them to your door is really not that bad. It's actually very reasonable. I mean, what are we talking, like, sometimes it's $100 a dumpster.
$1,500 for a load.
$1,500 for a full load.
Yep.
And what's usually on a, I guess it varies, but it could be anywhere from
between 8 and 12 dumpsters on a load. It's
Yeah.
stackable.
So your cost per dumpster is pretty low. So guys, the cheapest place is not always the best. Do your homework. Find out where the best place is and realize that shipping might not be that expensive. And there's one manufacturer that we work with that also offers their own unloading. They have a, I don't know how they do it, if they have a Moffett forklift. Logan, I think you have a little bit of information on that.
I don't. Jake actually talked to him.
Or Jake, you talked to him.
With Mac Corporation, I actually come to find out a lot of the times when we sell dumpsters to customers, they have to have their own way of unloading them. So
And that's
whether
a
that be
problem.
Going out and renting a telehandler or having a forklift or some type of wheel loader with forks on it, you know, it can be kind of troublesome to find those things if you're not in that industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, come to find out that Mac Corporation offers unloading with the dumpsters.
Yes.
So that's no worry to you. So when the dumpsters come, the driver will be able to get out and unload and make sure the dumpsters are unloaded and with minimal, you know, scratching or anything like that.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, so those are some good options. But just to kind of recap of why we like when, if a customer comes here to buy a truck, we love to put the whole deal together. Whether you buy the dumpsters yourself from the dumpster company that we recommend and finance it all under one package, we really don't care how that's structured. There's really not a lot of meat in the bones there for us. Yeah. We're all about selling trucks, but we really want you, the customer, to be happy when you get your truck and dumpsters so you come back to us again. But we have lenders that we work with, as you said, Jake, you know, that will finance the truck and the dumpsters, and they have one payment. Yep. And customers really like that. So with us working with these couple lenders, couple dumpster manufacturers, we've got a really good working relationship. And so the lender does everything he can to make the process easy because he knows we're going to continue to push customers to him that need finance options. The same for the dumpster companies. Yeah. I mean, when there's been a problem, they have bent over backwards because we have pushed so much business towards them. And they want to take care of the customer so that we continue to do the same. So our goal here is to get you the product you need. It's not going to maybe be the cheapest route, but it's going to be hopefully the best route where you get your truck and your dumpsters and you're making money. You know, a guy gets all excited about buying a new truck, and he should. And he thinks, well, my dumpsters will come. But if he's got that truck and no dumpsters, that's zero income. There's nothing he can do with that truck except take his wife out to dinner in it. And that's just going to cost him money. Yep. So we want you to think about that. It's very important that you get your dumpsters in a timely manner. You get them correct, that you can go to work. I feel so bad for this customer. I mean, that is just terrible that he's had such a bad experience.
Outside of our control because he chose to go in a different route than the necessary channels that we offer.
Yeah, so when he came here, we offered him one of our lenders, and I believe he chose to go with another lender. There was, I don't know if the interest rates were just a little bit less, and that's totally fine. Sometimes people have their preferred lenders they want to work with. That's totally out of our control. We don't mind if you do that. And then that finance company recommended this dumpster manufacturer. So all those are out of our control. So we can't go back to the lender or the dumpster person and say, you need to step up and do the right thing. But if it's a company that we work with, I guarantee you we would be on the phone saying, somebody's got to make this right.
Exactly.
So our customer doesn't have to sell his truck and go into a different business. I mean, so we don't know what's going to happen here. I told the customer, I said, we're going to get our heads together. We're going to see if we can come up with a solution. I don't know what that solution is yet. I gave him some suggestions. I'll see if he follows them. But anyhow, it's a story we wanted to share with our customers. But Jake, Logan, you guys got anything to add to that? What can we do for our customers to make the experience better?
Don't worry about the cheap stuff.
Get
the best stuff.
That's right.
If you don't make money, nobody's going to make money.
That's right.
Exactly.
We don't want you to not make money.
It's good advice. The $1,000 you might save on a cheaper dumpster or shipping is nothing compared to what this customer's facing in no revenue. I can't even imagine how much money he's going to lose in this truck if he has to sell it. It's even though it's brand new, it's used because it's been titled. Yep. So he's got the sales tax that he paid that he'll never recoup that, and he's got to sell it as a used truck. And he's been making payments. So if he does ultimately end up selling it, he's going to take a huge loss on it. And I hope he doesn't. I told him, I said, if I get a customer that needs a truck today, I said, I'll connect you guys. Mm-hmm. And maybe, we can make a deal, help him out. But still, he's going to lose money. Yep. I mean, sales tax alone on that truck is what? $10,000. $10,000.
He can't even sell the dumpsters with it. So he's out of the dumpster money. He's out of his payments, everything.
Yeah. It's just a bad deal.
Yeah, overall, bad deal.
And then the pre-penalty or the early payoff penalty. So if he does sell his truck, he's going to he has to pay off his loan to get his title, right. And then he's going to get hit again. So anyhow, guys, thankfully this doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen very often. We have made our share of mistakes over the years as we've grown and hired better people here. We've had some people over the years that have not done the job that we wish they would have, given the customer satisfaction that they needed to. But I can tell you one thing, today we have a rock solid team, Jake, Logan, and that work for the customer. And if there's a problem, we take care of it. So, we all make mistakes, but right now, how do you handle it when you make a mistake? You stand up, take care of the customer, or do you say, well, tough luck? So
you're 100% right, Marlon. And that's what we're all about at Quality Trucking Equipment. It's taking care of the customer from start to finish, from financing to dumpsters to 6 months to a year down the road, making sure everything is still working correctly with that truck. So you're going to get a quality team behind you for the full life of the time that you own the truck.
Yep. And I'm just going to shout out a few of our favorite people that we work with. Mac Corporation out of Indianapolis. They've been in business 50 years, build a phenomenal dumpster, and tremendous service. Yeah. They ship all over the U.S.
Raider Hobbs is a great individual to
yes.
work with, and we can put his information here in the bottom of the link as well. If you're looking for containers, definitely hit him up, as well as Buck's Fabrication.
Yes.
They make a great quality dumpster as well. Depending on where you're at in the country, definitely be sure to hit those guys up.
One thing about Bucks that I like is they do like the custom boxes, like flatbeds and dump boxes and landscaping bodies. I've never been to their facility. The salesman there,
Rob Holder.
Rob, super good guy. Talked to him multiple times on the phone. Never met him. Actually, I did meet him at a truck show quite some time ago.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a really good guy, but I like the custom work they do.
So you'll be able to get, anything that you're looking for, whether it's dumpsters, flatbeds, landscape bodies. Give Rob Holder a call. We'll put his information at the bottom as well, and he'll be able to get you taken care of.
So guys, what we can do here for you is if you need a truck and dumpsters, call us, and we can help you with that complete package, whether you go buy the dumpsters yourself and do it all under one loan. Our lenders can do that, but we're here to help you. We can get you the truck. We can put you in contact with the good dumpster builders. They can get you shipping quotes. We can help you with that and get you in business in a timely manner with hopefully very little downtime or no mistakes at all is our goal. But sometimes things happen.
Mm-hmm. Some things are unavoidable, but you have a good team in place to help make sure your company is going to be taken care of for a lifetime to come.
That's right. All right. Thanks for watching. All right, guys. We are going to call the dumpster company that built these dumpsters for our customer and see why they're not taking care of him. I don't know if we can get anybody on the phone or not, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're going to call and see what they have to say for themselves.
Good morning. Speaking.
Good morning. This is Marlon with Quality Trucking Equipment out of Clare, Michigan. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, I'm very good, yes. You and I have a mutual customer, and I was wondering, I know there's two sides to every story. Bought a brand new Freightliner from me, and he got his dumpsters from you, and he has bought that truck back in October, and he has yet to use that truck, and because of the dumpster situation. So I was calling to see if there's anything that can be done to resolve this situation.
Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, I mean, he was down at our at our factory last week, and they're. I mean, we'll have it resolved. I mean, the containers work. I can tell you that right now. He took a video and sent it back to Swap Loader, I don't know if he's communicating directly with Swap Loader on the hoist, but the hoist arm kind of drops a little bit when it first engages the containers. There's no opportunity for this container to jump off the arm. Swap Loader is saying, oh, that's something wrong with the containers. It should never touch. The arm should never touch the hook bar. We built the containers to Swap Loader specs. So we're kind of in this, like, I don't want to say he said, she said, but our engineering department created a model of the container for him. We sent that off, and I just got an email back from yesterday saying, hey, this isn't, this is the issue. So now that's with my engineering department. It sounds like he's going to ask us to rebuild the containers again, or to modify the containers again. So then we're going to build them not within Swap Loader specs. So
I see.
It's really this kind of, we're going down a slippery slope.
Right. Nope. And I understand that. That's why I wanted to call and get your side of the story. There's really nothing in it for me other than I'm trying to get, to be able to make a profit with his truck. He's been making payments since October. So you're saying brought his truck down to your factory there, right?
Last week, yep.
Yep, that's what I thought. And he still wasn't satisfied with how they're hooking onto the container.
Yep. So when we first got there, so just so you're aware, I don't know if you're familiar with at all, but I mean, I sell probably $15 million worth of dumpsters a year.
Okay.
We're not just some fly-by-night manufacturing firm out of like we've got 17 plants throughout the country. We're pretty big operation.
I seen that. I looked you guys
constantly.
up.
And I've never had this situation happen before. So I don't know if there's a little bit of, we do agree that when the containers first went out, there was one container that checked on and tested. There was a quality issue with it. And I think that just immediately put a bad taste in mouth. And, now we're picking apart every single detail, and we even went so far as to make another modification at the plant last week. We made another adjustment on the container on one of them to kind of reassure that the can couldn't fall off the hoist. And then we noticed that this arm is like dropping a little bit, like maybe a quarter of an inch to a half of an inch. And that video went back to Swap Loader. And now here we are again with Swap Loader saying there's something else wrong with the container. So I'm waiting on my team to come back and say, hey, I mean, they're probably, at this point, they're probably going to say, hey, it is what it is. There's no possibility of them falling off the container.
Yep. What about the hook heights being the wrong height, though? I mean, I'm sorry, I missed your first name, sir. Marlon.
Same one. So, Marlon, that was addressed the week after these containers, the first shipment of containers was wrong.
Okay.
We pulled them back. These containers were pulled back into the shop and modified within a week of that initial delivery.
Okay.
So going back to I think it was November. Let me look back. So yeah, there was a quality issue with the first three that went out.
Okay.
There were 9 total containers. The 3 went out.
Yep.
We adjusted those. And then when started calling Swap Loader and saying, well, Swap Loader says it's supposed to be this, we went back and adjusted them. We requested the specs from we adjusted them to the specs that he got from Swap Loader, and now Swap Loader's saying that they're wrong.
I see.
So I don't really know what's going to satisfy this.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to get your side of the story and see what's going on. I mean, he sent me a bunch of pictures. It looks, and I don't know if these were the very first 3 that he got from you, or if these are how they are now when he was down at your factory. I don't know that.
Yeah, that's the initial. That's initially. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, what happened is we put our hook height too far out of spec, and when he went to jib it back to unload the can, it jumped off the thumb. There was too much room behind. Basically, there was too much room behind the hook bar.
Yep.
And the hook arm on the hoist was able to get behind it, and that's where that dent came from.
But you say you have that issue resolved now.
Yeah, so did he send you the video of what he's concerned about now, or no?
No, he did not. No, he did not say anything about that. What is it now?
So basically what it is, you can pull, what we did is like I said, we fixed all the hook heights on everything.
Yep.
And I told you could come back up. It was literally the week after. And he said, we were in this, I don't want these anymore. And I'm like, they're custom built for you. I mean, like, he signed the quote. Like, I offered to keep 6 of them or keep 3 of them, but he had to take 6 of them, the 3 custom ones. And then he said he needed 3 anyway. So we were in this back and forth kind of, I don't know, barking back and forth at each other there for probably 3 weeks.
I see.
They were sitting at the plant with the correct hook height, where the actual hoist arm could not get behind the hook.
So now, when he came down there the last week, whenever it was, what was his issue then with them?
So the issue with them now is that when they pull up on the container fine, we added an additional support bar to make them feel more, comfortable. Another push plate right above the doghouse.
Yes. Yep.
These are dual hook cans. When he goes to jib it back, he says that you can see it, the arm, the hoist portion drops by about an inch and a half.
And that's really strange, because I've never seen that happen on a swap loader. So I'm really, because I'd seen the video that he had of that, and I don't understand why it's doing that.
Well, now he came back and said, got an answer from swap loader. There's a issue with the hook. They said at no point should the hook come in contact with the thumb during unloading.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right.
So that's what he's saying. But the distance behind the hook is within the tolerances of the swap loader drop.
Okay.
1 hour later.
So there's a lot of just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of back and forth here, and obviously we're going to make it right. We want to make it right. But at the same time, if we're going to be in a situation where swap loader and is theoretically arguing against their own specs, then I don't know how we resolve that.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well, hey, I appreciate your time today. I thank you for filling me in, and let me see what I can figure out here.
Okay, awesome.
All right, thanks.
Keep you posted.
You bet. Bye. So there we go. He was very helpful, gave a lot of information. That's his side of the story, and I know there's 2 sides to every story, and it sounds like they've went above and beyond to try to fix this. I mean, that's what they're saying. But I know what it's like. He did admit the first couple dumpsters were built incorrectly. And, from a customer's perspective, when you get a product that's inferior, then you start wondering, well, what else is? Obviously, he found some things wrong, and now, it comes down to what are we going to do? And we'll keep working on it, and hopefully we can get them to a resolution. Maybe we can play the middleman here and get it resolved and get our customer making money. That's the name of the game. All right, guys, we are back again to talk about this dumpster issue that our customer had, and we want to wrap this video up. So it's been about a week or 2 since we started recording this, and we want to just wrap it up with how the whole situation ended. So you saw the part of we called the dumpster company, and they said they're going to try to make the situation right, but they're not going to give the customers money back. And I did ask them if they would, and they hee-hawed around. The customer wrote a letter to the CEO of the company and asked that he would just simply get his money back and he would go a different route. And they honored that. So they did the right thing. I feel like they did go above and beyond. And so the customer's happy. So he's going to actually go buy dumpsters somewhere else. And we gave him some helpful tips on where we think he should go. But thinking about this whole video, why did we do it? And I want to make it very, very clear. We in no way did it to try to make anybody look bad. Not our customer, not the dumpster company. We've done a good job of hiding who both people are. Don't be calling us and asking us who the dumpster company was, because we're not going to tell you. We're not here to try to run anybody down. The purpose of this is to help you understand that, you know, this customer has basically went 5 months and hasn't made a single dollar of profit with his truck because he didn't have the dumpsters. And that's a problem when you're making payments on a truck. This was his first hook lift truck. He was getting into the industry. He didn't have other trucks that he could use, other dumpsters. So he was making payments for 4 to 5 months and didn't create a single penny of revenue. And that doesn't work. So the purpose of this is to tell you guys is, look, do your homework and make sure that you're getting the right dumpster so that you can hit the ground running. So I could go on and on. I gotta stop. That's the purpose of this. Do your homework, buy the dumpsters at the right place, pay the extra price, pay for a better dumpster, and you'll be happy in the long run, because that dumpster is showing off your business, and we can help you out with that. So hey, give us a call. We'll tell you some of the dumpster companies that we have found to be top notch. So, all right guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know it's a little bit long and there's a lot of other things that you could watch, but it does mean the world to me that you watched it to the end, so thank you. And remember, we are here to help you in your business. Call us if you have any needs. Thanks for watching this video.